them, to make them better. That's what it's all about, brothers and sisters. How can we make each other better? And you got to be able to take it. I bet you can give it, but whenever it comes down taking it, most people can't take it. You got to be able to take it to be made better. That's all it is. So look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. So you're supposed to be looking at what you have, or where I'm at. And see, and you understand that spiritually, when you look at, the teachers are looking at, okay, well, I won't say all, because some are in this world to become someone. They want to be someone in hell. So all, this don't apply to all teachers. But one thing for sure, if you can cancel out the spirit of those that are looking to be somebody vainglory or someone they want, that's worthless glory in this wicked world that we're in now, you get the information that's coming out right now, you can change. You won't be Edomized. And I say that because they're the superpower of earth. The curriculum that everyone has learned is through them. You heard it from your birth. You heard it from your birth to your death. Unless we hear when the Mashiach shall come back and renew this earth and give us new heavens and new earths and bring forth righteous judgment on this earth. Other than that, that's the kingdom that we're in right now. It's his turn. It's not our turn. Well, some people think it's our turn. It's not our turn. That's why we got next. But some people want to turn right now. You don't have to turn right now. He ain't giving up to you. Unless you just done lost your mind. Or you're an Edomite, or you part of his kingdom. Other than that, you're not going to get it. That's why I said, look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. So we got to look at what's needed for someone else. What's needed for everyone, knowing that you need to know this truth. You need to hear the truth. You need to learn the truth. You need to live the truth, and you need to apply the truth in your life. If you're not applying these scriptures, then you're the same person you always been. If you're the same person you always been without any change, then you need to do a self-examination of yourself when you wake up in the morning until the time you go to bed, until there's a change. If there's no change, then you're the same wicked person you always been. You just add a little flavor to your wickedness with the truth in the truth. That's all. That's all it is. If you're the same, just as I always been, you need to check yourself. You're not looking on every man the things, not on his own things, but the things of others. He said, let this mind be in you, which was also in Mashiach, who being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, because that means he was the son of the Most High. That's what it's talking about. But made himself of no reputation. I'm going to read it to you again. Say, but made himself of no reputation. What would he do? He would heal people, and he would say, don't tell nobody I did it. Don't tell nobody I did it. What kind of reputation was he trying to get if he told people not to tell anyone that he is the one that healed them? He didn't make himself no reputation. So this is not about a reputation. This is about getting this word out to our people that they can be edified with the truth. No more or no less. That's what it's all about, brothers and sisters. Verse 7, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. He was made in the same likeness of every man. That's what it says when it says made in the likeness of men. He went through the same tribulations, the same suffering, the same everything that a man that was born on this earth would go through. In the same way every man came to the earth, same way he came, and made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself. Now you want to be Mashiach, you want to be like him, he humbled himself. Got to be humble. Well, you can't be humble if you cannot take correction to be made better. Or you got to humble yourself whenever you're the one that's telling someone to make themselves better as we help each other in this fight. It's no easy task, remember, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. He knew what he's talking about, because he is the word of the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. Even the death of the cross. This is our power. At least it's my power. I hope it's your power. I really do. All the way to the cross, they said, he told me, he said he could have sent down 12 legions of angels, spirits, because they right here on the earth. So he can call up 12 legions of angels to destroy all the Romans, the so-called Italian Caucasians were the ones that's crucified him if he needed to be. But no, he didn't come for that purpose. He came to give his life for the children of Israel. Now here we are, we need to do a self-examination of ourselves to make sure we're in this truth as we think we are. Romans, let's go to the book of Romans, the 12th chapter. Romans, the 12th chapter, verse 1. It says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies, that's your living body, all our bodies, a living sacrifice. Just like a Mashiach Yahushua sacrificed his body to the cross. So I say you got to bear your burden, you got to bear your cross and follow him. You go through a lot of tangents, you don't give up. You keep on striving, you get stronger. It says we got to present your bodies a living sacrifice. That's giving up something that you love to do. Holy, pure and true, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. It's your reasonable service, he's saying. This is something you ought to do. You shouldn't have a problem in doing. And be not conformed to this world. Here it is. He said, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's what this truth supposed to be doing to you. You shouldn't be the same person that you were when you start realizing that you are Israelite. That's why it says, and be ye conformed, and be not, conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. It's got to be proven. It ain't like you just open up this Bible all of a sudden, now you prove it. No. It says you got to be transformed. If you're the same person, you conform to this world, the same person you was all the time and being in this truth, you ain't grown at all. Stop fooling yourself. You got to be conformed to the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua's word. Learn it, live it, and apply it in your life as you hear what he's telling us. This ain't no compromise with the Most High. You compromise with each other. And sometimes you compromise to the wickedness of the world and not being transformed to what's right. You got to hold fast. You ain't in doing if somebody coming in your ear and they say, no, you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing according to the truth, they sit up to send you straight to hell. And you like somebody that built their house on the sand. And when a storm came, just your house just blowing down. What you think it's telling about your house? That's your body. That's your body. Your living body. Your mortal body. Or you hear the truth, and here comes Satan coming in to take your mind away from what you have learned. That's why you can't grow, because you don't allow somebody to come in and take your blessings that the Most High want to bless you with, because he told you to study to show yourself approved to the Most High, and you find some other way. You trying to go some other way. Then you gonna call on Baal Shem Mashiach Yahushua, but you ain't really dealing with him, because you trying to go another way. You ain't been transformed. You got to hear what he says. He said, and be not conformed to this world. Romans 12:2. But be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You got to change. Your thinking got to change. No matter what anybody say. You want to be winners, don't you? Stop being losers. You want to be winners in this world. You want to get the victory on everything that you do. But the only way it's going to happen is if you change. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, the way you think, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. So however you rolling, you can say however you act, the Most High is proud of you behind the way you act, the way you think. Because it comes from a thought to a speech to an action. It all rolls together. So the way you talk, the way you act, is the way you are. That's why you got to change. That's why I say you got to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, the way you think. Because when you have that thought, then you speak, then there's an action. The thought to speech, and people don't want to hear the action. I've seen people, they have a thought, they speak, everybody just leave. I've seen that happen in the spirit. This is real, people. 1 John 2:15. 1 John 2:15. 1 John, the 2nd chapter, the 15th verse. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So how you think, how you act, just like you should act as being someone that's been Edomanized, you've been demonized. You act just like someone that's been through the curriculum Esau, even though Esau ain't nowhere around you. But he's there because you've been programmed to follow the religious instructions to the Negroes of the United States of America. You've been programmed to follow the Willie Lynch syndrome, where you got certain people that you get along with and certain people you don't like. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Some of you got attention deficit disorders in all kind of ways you can think of. But you don't realize it because you know in your mind you on point, but you off. That's our people. That's why you got to hear this and take heed and believe that you got to come out of the way of the world. That's what the world wants you. The world wants us to be divided, divide and conquer. Now we divided and conquer in the truth. What kind of crap is that? Willing it in the truth. 2014, right now. I don't teach that. I've never taught that because I know the Most High want us to come together. I know one thing he told me in Romans 9:13, as it is written, say, Jacob have I loved. You better hear what he's saying. He loved Jacob. He loved Israel. He loved the Israelites, but you hate the Israelites. Here you fall right here with Esau. Maybe you're an Edomite and don't know it. He said, but Esau have I hated. So you got a reason to hate Israel because he told you in Ezekiel 35:5 that he has a perpetual hatred against the children of Israel. Esau did. So maybe that's who you are, since you hate your brother so much. Moses said he loved Jacob. But all you that hate your brothers and sisters, you can't get along with your brothers and sisters, maybe you are the devil. A whole lot of devils right here in the children, within the children of Israel. That's why he's going to start with us. Get rid of them devils of Israel first, before he deal with anybody. He's going to start with his sanctuary first. Bunch of devils. First John 2:15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. What does that mean to you? What does that really mean to you? Oh, I gotta do exactly what the white man have taught us to do in this curriculum. He's doing what he's supposed to do. We the ones that's out of order. He's doing what he's doing. He is proper order. He was made to do the things he do. Here we are, because I say that because the curriculum that we learn is from him. He set up the curriculum that we learned. You went to school, it's a curriculum that anyone that's, I know, about his curriculum in his school system. You can only teach what he said you can teach. If you don't, you go against it, you'll be fired. Better believe that. Just like these religions, the same way. Set up the same way. You got the Baptist church, all these different religions, Jehovah's Witness. If you go against the doctrine that they have everyone under, their, what they call their covenant, their contract, their agreement with each other, because it ain't with the Most High, because it's off. Most High never gave us no religion, which comes from a Latin word, religio, which means to hold back, keep down, and restrain. You